Hello students, now we are going to learn the second part of the lesson, that is chromosomal basis of inheritance in biobotany. In the previous class, in the first half of the lesson, we have learned about the chromosomal theory of inheritance, linkage, crossing over, recombination, gene mapping and multiple alleles. Now in this segment we are going to learn about sex determination in plants and mutation. First we shall see sex determination in plants. About 94% of all flowering plants have only one type of individual which produces flowers with both male and female organs. They are sexually monomorphic, that means both the organs are present in the same flower. Anyhow, 6% of the flowering plants which have two separate sexes are called dimorphic. The male plant will be separate and the female plant will be separate. Male plant produces the male flowers with stamen and the female plant produces the female flowers with carpels only. C. Allen in 1917 discovered the sex determination in plants. Sex determination in maize plant. The meiospores with X chromosome produce female gametophyte and the meiospores which have Y chromosome will produce male gametophyte. Meiospores are nothing but the cells which are resulting from the meiosis of the germinal cells. Zea mays is a monoecious plant. That means it will have both the male and the female flower in the same plant. But there are two types of inflorescence. The male inflorescence is called as tassel and the female inflorescence is called as ear or cob. The terminal inflorescence which bears the staminate florets developed from the terminal or the apical meristem is called as tassel. The lateral inflorescence which develop pistillate florets from the axillary bud is called as ear or cob. The unisexuality in maize occurs through the selective abortion of the stamens in the ear florets and the pistils in the tassel florets. Now this is the picture of the maize plant. So we can see the tassel or the male inflorescence in the terminal end which contains the anthers alone, whereas the female inflorescence is seen in the axillary region which contains the silk or which is called as ear. Here you can see the fruit of the maize plant. So this is the silk, this is a kernel and cob corn. There are two types of genes, BA for barren and TS for tassel. And these two genes, when they have this superscript plus, they are dominant. If they do not have this superscript plus, then they are recessive. So it is tabulated here. Let us learn this tabulation to understand it better. Genotypes are here. Every gene will have two alleles. Two alleles of the barren plant BA as well as tassel TS. Both of them are present in the recessive condition. So recessive, double recessive. How is the morphology? It will lack the silk on the stalk. Silk means it is a female inflorescence, but transform the tassel to pistil. But tassel will be transformed to pistil. So rudimentary female. The sex of the plant is said to be rudimentary female if this plant has this kind of gene configuration. Then BA, that is the gene name which is recessive. TS plus, that is dominant. So recessive and dominant, it will lack the silk but will have the tassel. So tassel will be present but silk will be absent. So it is a male plant. Similarly, BA plus, TS plus, both of them are in the dominant condition. So double dominant, it will have both the tassel and the cob. So both the inflorescence will be present. So it is a monoecious plant. So BA plus and TS. So this is dominant. So dominant for the female and recessive for the male, and so bears a cob and lacks a tassel. It will become a normal female plant. A substitution of this two single gene pair. So BA is one gene pair as well as TS is another gene pair. So BA is for barren plant and TS is for tassel seed. Makes the difference between monoecious and the dioecious in the maize plant. So presence of this BA and TS genes, these two single gene pair, presence and absence differentiate the plant into monoecious and dioecious. The allele for the barren plant BA when in homozygous condition makes the stalk staminate. So staminate means only male inflorescence will be present and the female inflorescence will be absent, eliminating the silk and the ears. The allele for the tassel seed TS transforms the tassel into pistillate structure that will not produce pollen, but it will become a ruminant female plant. The sex expression is based on the combination of these alleles only, that is BA and TS. Most of these mutations are shown to be defects in gibberellin biosynthesis. So when they are not having the proper inflorescence in the plant, this is because of the mutation, and these mutations are because of the defects in the gibberellin biosynthesis of the plant. So gibberellin play an important role in the suppression of the stamen in the flowers on the ears. Mutation. Genetic variation among the individuals provide the raw material for the evolutionary changes. So it becomes the ultimate source for evolution. So change in the genes, genetic variation becomes the ultimate source for evolutionary changes. So mutation and recombination are responsible for genetic variation. A sudden change in the genetic material of an organism is called mutation. So we have already seen what is recombination. Recombination occurs because of the exchange of the chromosomal segment. So what is mutation? A sudden change in the genetic material of an organism. The term mutation was first introduced by Hugo de Vries in 1901 when he was studying about the plant Oenothera lamarckiana. He found this sudden change in the genes and he proposed the mutation theory. There are two types of mutation. One is point mutation, another one chromosomal mutation. If the mutation takes place within an individual gene, then it is called as gene mutation or point mutation. And if the mutation takes place in the whole structure and the number of chromosomes, then it is called as chromosomal mutation. What are mutagens? The agents which are responsible for causing mutation are called as mutagens. And mutation can occur either spontaneously or induced. It can occur by itself spontaneously or it can be induced by an external agent. The production of the mutants through exposure of mutagens is called mutagenesis, and the organism is said to be mutagenized. Now, what are mutagenic agents? The factors which cause the genetic mutation are called as mutagenic agents or mutagens. And these mutagens are of two types, physical mutagen and chemical mutagen. Muller in 1927 was the first one to find out the physical mutagen in Drosophila. Now, physical mutagens. Temperature and radiation such as X-rays, gamma rays, alpha rays, beta rays, neutrons, cosmic rays, radioactive isotopes, ultraviolet rays act as a physical mutagen. And temperature also act as a mutagenic agents. Increase in the temperature increases the rate of mutation, while the rise in temperature breaks the hydrogen bond between the two DNA nucleotide, which will affect the process of the replication and the transcription. Radiation, the electromagnetic spectrum contains short and the longer wavelength rays than the visible spectrum. They are again classified into ionizing and non-ionizing radiation. These ionizing radiations are short wavelength and carry enough high energy to ionize the electrons from the atom. So example for this is X-rays, gamma rays, alpha rays, beta rays and cosmic rays, which breaks the chromosome and the chromatids in the irradiated cells. Non-ionizing radiation such as UV rays have longer wavelength. They carry low energy, so they have lower penetrating power than the ionizing radiation. And it is used to treat the unicellular microorganisms, spores, pollen grains which possess the nuclei located near the surface can be treated for the mutational effect. Sharbati Sanora. Sharbati Sonora is a mutant variety of wheat which is developed from the Mexican variety Sonora 64 by irradiation of gamma rays. It is a work of Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, who was known as the father of Indian Green Revolution with a sting. Castor aruna is the mutant variety of castor. So castor almanac, what we got from it is this castor oil or the velakenne, which is developed by the treatment of the seeds with thermal neutrons in order to induce very early maturity in the seeds. Instead of 270 days of original maturation, it will take only 120 days to mature. Chemical mutagens. Chemicals which induce the mutations are called chemical mutagens. Example for which is mustard gas, nitrous acid, ethyl, methyl, methane, sulfonate, that is EMS and MMS in short, ethyl urethane, manganese salt, formaldehyde, eosin and anthrocene. Example, nitrous oxide alters the nitrogen base of DNA and disturbs the replication and transcription, and this leads to the formation of the incomplete and defective polypeptide during translation. What are co-mutagens? Co-mutagens are the compounds which are not having their own mutagenic property, but when they are combined with the mutagens, they will enhance the effect of the mutagens. Then it is called as co-mutagens. Example for which is ascorbic acid. By itself it is not a mutagen, but it will increase the damage which is caused by the hydrogen peroxide when it is combined with hydrogen peroxide. Same way, caffeine increases the toxicity of methotrexate. Now the types of mutation. Mutations affecting single base or base pair of a DNA is called point mutation. And mutation altering the number of copies of a small repeated nucleotide sequence within a gene is also called as point mutation. Now let us see the major types of mutations and their features. So based on the origin of mutation, it is classified into spontaneous and induced. Spontaneous means it happens by itself in nature, in the absence of any known mutagen. Whereas induced means it occurs in the presence of the mutagen. So cell type, based on the cell type, it can be classified into somatic and germline. Somatic means the non-reproductive cells or the vegetative cell. Germline means it occurs in the reproductive cell of the individual. Effect on function. Based on the effect on function, the mutation can be classified into loss of a function. So because of mutation, one function of the organism will be lost, eliminate the normal function. Hypomorphic means leaky. It reduces the normal function. Normal function will not be up to the moderate level or the needed level. It will be reduced. Hypermorphic, it will increase the normal function. Next is the gain of a function or ectopic expression, in which character will be expressed at incorrect time by the inappropriate cells. Fourth one is molecular change. So molecular change means base pairs will be changed. One particular base pairs will be changed for another one. It is nucleotide substitution. It is again classified into transition, transversion, insertion and deletion. In transition, a base pair, purine will be replaced by another purine, or pyrimidine will be replaced by another pyrimidine. We know which are all purine. Adenine and guanine are purine, and thymine and cytosine or pyrimidines. When they are replaced by each other, then we call it as transition. In transversion, a purine will be replaced by pyrimidine and pyrimidine will be replaced by a purine. Then it is transversion. Insertion, a nucleotide or the base pairs will be extra added, will be present extra. Then it is insertion. When they are removed or when they are missing in the chain, then we call it as deletion. The fifth one is the effect on translation. Translation means after transcription, the mRNA will be translated to form the protein by addition of the amino acid in a particular sequence, in which in this translation, even if the mutation takes place and when no amino acid is added or encoded, no change in the amino acid encoder, then it is called as silent or synonymous mutation. And if there is a change in the amino acid, instead of one particular amino acid, when another amino acid is encoded, then we call it as missense or non-synonymous mutation. So then next one is nonsense mutation or termination mutation, which will create the termination of the translation by termination codons like UAA, UAG and UGA. Then last one is that frame shift mutation, in which addition or deletion of a particular base pair will shift the triplet reading of the codons out of the correct base. Now let us learn the types of point mutation. First, no mutation, that is normal gene. How does it encode for the protein formation? Let us see. So this is the DNA segment of the gene. So 5' to 3' and 3' to 5'. So double stranded DNA. And these are the base pair which are present in the DNA. So this DNA will transcribe for the formation of the mRNA first. So how is mRNA formed? They are the complementary base pairs of the particular gene. For example, here you can see A complementary gene is T. So thymine is absent in the RNA. Instead of thymine, it will code for uracil here. So like that, UG, U, UCA, CCAU, it is formed out of this particular nucleotide sequence. So this mRNA will be translated to form the protein. So each of the three base pair, which is called as codons. So triplet, we call it as triplet, which will encode for a particular amino acid in the protein formation. So UGU will code for threonine, UCA will code for serine, and CCA will code for glycine. So this mRNA triplet codons will be translated, that is called as, by the process called translation, to form the amino acid sequence to form a particular protein for the expression of the character in the individual. So this is what is happening in the normal gene, which will produce the wild type protein to produce the proper expression of the character in the individual. Now let us see if there is mutation takes place. First, transition mutation. So we have seen that, so instead of this AT, if it is replaced by GC, so A is replaced by G, A is a purine and it is replaced by another purine G, and T is a pyrimidine which is another replaced by another pyrimidine C. So changing a purine nucleotide to another purine or a pyrimidine to another pyrimidine mutation is called as transition mutation. So what is transversion mutation? So instead of purine, if there is a pyrimidine comes, and instead of a pyrimidine, if a purine comes, then it is called as transversion mutation. So single purine is changed to pyrimidine and vice versa, which is called as transversion mutation. So what is missense mutation? If a new codon encodes a different amino acid due to the transition mutation. So a particular base pair is changed. See here, instead of this, so CG, so instead of this middle CG, so we are having in the missense, instead of that base pair, if we have the TA base pair, it will encode for, instead of serine, it is encoding for leucine. So a new codon encodes a different amino acid due to the transition mutation. Then it is called as missense mutation. So what do you mean by nonsense mutation? A new codon, instead of the original codon, if some other codon comes, and it will stop the translation of the protein, particular amino acid will not be produced, and it leads to the premature termination of the translation. Then it is called as nonsense mutation, and the particular protein will not be produced and the expression of the character is also will be lost. The next is frame shift mutation, and it is again divided into addition mutation and deletion mutation. So in addition mutation, because of the addition of a particular nucleotide, it will change the reading of the frame. So you know what are frames? That is 3 codons will read for a particular amino acid. So we call this as the triplet. And because of this addition, what happens? The reading of the frame also changes, and this completely change the production of a different amino acid and different translation takes place. and this is what is called as frame shift mutation. Same thing happens when there is a particular nucleotide removed from the sequence. When the particular nucleotide is removed, also reading frame will be changed. As a result, a different translation takes place and different amino acids are produced. Now let us recall the types of point mutation. First one is synonymous or silent mutation. Here, the mutation that changes one codon for an amino acid into another codon for that same amino acid are called a synonymous or silent mutation. Second one, missense or non-synonymous mutation. Here, the mutation where the codon for one amino acid is changed into a codon for another amino acid. Then it is called as missense or non-synonymous mutation. The mutation where the codon for one amino acid is changed into a termination or stop codon. Then it is called as nonsense mutation. The mutation that result in the addition or deletion of a single base pair of DNA. This will change the reading frame, which results in the complete loss of a normal protein structure and function. Then it is called as frame shift mutation. After point mutation, the second one is called chromosomal mutation. The genome can also be modified in a large scale by altering the chromosome structure or by changing the number of chromosomes in a particular cell. These large scale variations are termed as the chromosomal mutation or chromosomal aberration. Now let us compare the two types of mutation, that is gene mutation and chromosomal mutation. Gene mutations occur within a gene, whereas chromosomal mutation takes place within many genes of the chromosome. The chromosomal mutation can be detected by the microscopic examination, genetic analysis, or both. But gene mutations are never detectable through microscope. So let us see the comparison in detail. Definition: gene mutation, a change in the nucleotide sequence in a particular gene. Chromosomal mutation, an alteration of the nucleotide sequence of a segment of a chromosome, which may include many genes. What is the magnitude of alteration? Small scale here. Here it is serious alteration takes place in the chromosomal mutation. Ability to correct or repair can be sometimes corrected. Gene mutation can be corrected, whereas chromosomal mutation it is very difficult to be corrected. Number of gene changes, only one gene will get changed. Here include many genes may get changed. Nature of the mutation, there is only a slight structural alteration, but here it is either numerical or structural changes take place in the entire DNA strand. Result, it causes very less influence on the individual which is having this mutation, whereas it can cause even death in the case of, or lethal disease which cause death in the individual. Now the chromosomal mutations can be of two types, that is first one, change in the chromosome number or change in the chromosomal structure. Change in the chromosomal number. Each organism possesses a fixed number of chromosomes. Some organisms having identical number of chromosomes, but they will not be similar in character. So they may be having the similar number of chromosomes, but they will not be similar in the character. Hence the number of chromosomes will not differentiate the character of the species. It is the gene, the nature of the hereditary material, that determines the different characters in the species. Sometimes the chromosome number of the somatic cells are changed due to the addition, elimination of the individual chromosome or the basic set of the chromosome, and this condition is known as numerical chromosomal aberration or ploidy. So in the organisms, when the chromosome number of the somatic cells are changed because of the addition or elimination of the individual chromosome or one set of chromosome, this condition is called as chromosomal aberration or ploidy. And this ploidy can be of two types, that is aneuploidy and euploidy. In aneuploidy, it's addition or deletion of an individual chromosome within the diploid set. Here there will be a change in the entire set of the chromosome. Now the numerical aberrations, once again we can see the classification: aneuploidy, euploidy. Aneuploidy is again classified into hyperploidy when there is increase in the number of chromosome addition to the 2n number of chromosome. Hypoploidy, decrease in the number of chromosome, decrease in the 2n number of chromosome. Euploidy, it can be again classified into one set of chromosome if it is having monoploidy, two set of chromosome diploidy, and more than two set it is called as polyploidy. Aneuploidy, It is a condition where the diploid number is altered either by addition or deletion of one or more chromosomes. So diploid set will be altered by, diploid set is 2n, it will be altered by addition. Addition means +1, deletion means -1, like that. It will be altered in the chromosomal number, and organisms showing aneuploidy are known as aneuploids or heteroploids, and there are of two types of aneuploidy, that is hyperploidy and hypoploidy. So hyperploidy, addition of one or more chromosome to the diploid set, hyperploidy. The diploid set of chromosome is represented by disomy, that is 2n. So types of hyperploidy, first one is trisomy, tetrasomy and pentasomy. So trisomy 2n plus 1, tetrasomy 2n plus 2 and pentasomy 2n plus 3. Addition of a chromosome, single chromosome to the diploid set is simple trisomy. Trisomic was first reported by the person called Blaxley in 1910 in the Datura stromonium, that is Umathambu, but later it was reported in Nicotiana, Pisum and Enothera also. Sometimes addition of two individual chromosomes from different chromosomal pair to the normal diploid set is called double trisomy. So that condition is called as 2n plus 1 plus 1. This is called double trisomy. Tetrasomy, this is 2n plus 2. So two chromosomes are extra. Addition of a pair or two individual pair of chromosomes to the diploid set is called tetrasomy, 2n plus 2, and double tetrasomy is 2n plus 2 plus 2 respectively, and all the possible tetrasomic are available in the wheat. Next one is pentasomy. Here 3 chromosomes are added to the 2n number of chromosomes. Addition of these 3 individual chromosomes to the normal diploid set is called pentasomy, and this condition is said to be 2n plus 3. After hyperploidy, hypoploidy. Loss of one or more chromosomes from the diploid set in a cell is called hypoploidy. It can be divided into two types again. First one is monosomy 2n minus 1 and allosomy 2n minus 2. Monosomy 2n minus 1. Loss of a single chromosome from the diploid set is called monosomy 2n minus 1. Double monosomy is 2n minus 1 minus 1, and triple monosomy is also there, 2n minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 respectively. And double monosomy conditions are observed in maize plant. Next is nullisomy, which is 2n minus 2. Loss of a pair of homologous chromosome or two pairs of homologous chromosome from the diploid set are called as nullisomy. That is 2n minus 2. And double nullisomy is 2n minus 2 minus 2 respectively. Selfing of monosomic plant produce nullisomics, and they are usually lethal. Lethal means they will make the plant to die. Euploidy. In this, organism possess one or more basic set of chromosomes. Basic set means haploid, that is n number of chromosomes. If it is more than that 2n, 3n like that, we call it as euploidy. Euploidy is classified into monoploidy, diploidy, polyploidy. The condition where an organism or somatic cell has two sets of chromosomes are called as diploid or 2n. Half the number of the somatic chromosome is referred as gametic chromosome number, that is haploid. So half of the 2n is haploid, that is n. It should be noted that the haploidy n is different from monoploidy. So haploidy is denoted by n and monoploidy is denoted by x. Example for which is common wheat plant is a polyploidy, that is hexaploidy. So hexaploidy means 6x, and 2n is equal to 6x here, which is equal to 72 chromosomes. Then haploid number of this will be, that is n is 36. Half of this 72 is n. But its monoploidic x is 12. So therefore, haploid and diploid condition came regularly one after the other, and the same number of chromosome is maintained from generation to generation. But monoploidy condition occurs when an organism is under polyploidy condition. In a true diploid, both monoploid and haploid chromosome numbers are same. Thus, monoploid can be a haploid, but haploids cannot be monoploids. Can you understand this? Monoploid means x, whereas haploid means n. So, x can become n, but n cannot be x. Polyploidy. Polyploidy is the condition where an organism possesses more than two basic sets of chromosomes, which is more than 2n. When there is 3 or 4 or 5, 6 basic sets of chromosomes, then they are called as triploidy, 3x, tetraploidy, 4x, pentaploidy, 5x, and hexaploidy, 6x respectively. Generally, polyploidy is very common in plants but rarer in animals. Increase in the number of chromosomal sets has been an important factor in the origin of new plant species. But higher ploidy level leads to death. Polyploidy is of two types. They are autopolyploidy and allopolyploidy. Now, what is autopolyploidy? Organism which possesses more than two haploid sets of chromosomes which are derived from within the same species is called autopolyploidy. That means by crossing the same species of plant, if you are deriving a polyploidy condition, then it is called autopolyploidy. Autotriploids has three sets of own chromosome, that is 3n. So they can be produced artificially by crossing between autotetraploid and a diploid species. So autotetraploid will be 4n and diploid is 2n, which becomes 6n, which is equal to 2 times 3n, that is autotriploid. So they are highly sterile due to the defective gamete formations. The cultivated banana are usually triploids and they are seedless, having larger fruits than the diploids. Triploid sugar beets also have got higher sugar content than the diploids and they are resistant to the moles infection. So common dope grape Cynodon dactylon is also natural autotriploid. So man-made autotriploids are seedless watermelon, apple, sugar beet, tomato and banana. Autotetraploids. Autotetraploids have 4 copies of its own genome. They may be induced by doubling the chromosomes of the diploid species. Example for which is rye, grapes, alfalfa, groundnut, potato and coffee. Allopolyploidy. When an organism possesses 2 or more basic sets of chromosomes which are derived from 2 different species is called as alloploidy. So it can be developed by the interspecific crosses, that means in between 2 species, and the fertility is restored by the chromosomes doubling with the colchicine treatment. Allopolyploids are formed between closely related species only. Example for which is Raphanobrassica. G.D. Karchenko, a Russian genetist in 1927, crossed this radish plant with cabbage plant. And when they are crossed, they form this Raphanobrassica with the features of both the radish and the cabbage. The F1 hybrid which he got was sterile. When he doubled this chromosome of this F1 hybrid, he got it fertile. He expected this plant to exhibit the root of the radish and the leaves of the cabbage, which would make the entire plant edible. But the case was different. The resulting plant was different and he was greatly disappointed. Second example is triticale. This is a successful first man-made cereal in which Triticum durum and the Sickle cereal. So Triticum durum is a wheat plant which is crossed with the Sickle, which is the oats. So here in the Triticum durum, the diploid number of chromosome is 28, whereas the diploid number of chromosome in oat plant is 14. So which is half of this. So F1 hybrid was having 2n is equal to 21. So 14 from the Triticum durum and 7 from this Sickle cereal, both joined together to form 2n21, which is a sterile plant. A chromosome doubling was done with the help of the colchicine treatment. The 2n became 42. So triticale became hexaploid, which is 6 7s are 42. So depending on the ploidy level, the triticale can be divided into 3 main groups. That is tetraploidy, crosses between the diploid wheat and rye, and hexaploidy, crosses between the tetraploid wheat, that is macaroni wheat, with the rye. Octaploidy, cross between the hexaploid wheat, that is Triticum aestivum, bread wheat, with the rye. The hexaploid triticale hybrid plants combine the high protein content of the wheat plant with the high content amino acid lysine of rice plant together. What is colchicine? Colchicine is an alkaloid which is extracted from the roots of the corn plant, which is called as Colchicum autumnale. When this is applied in low concentration to the growing tips of the plant, it will induce the polyploidy. Surprisingly, does not affect the source plant due to the presence of the anticolchin in them. What are the significance of ploidy? Many polyploids are more vigorous. They grow very big and more adaptable than the diploids. Many ornamental plants or autotetraploids, they have very large flowers, longer flowering duration than the diploids. Autopolyploids usually have the increase in their fresh weight due to the more water content. Aneuploids are useful to determine the phenotypic effect of loss or gain of a different chromosome. Many angiosperms are allopolyploids and they play a very important role in the evolution of the plants. Now let us learn the structural chromosomal aberration. Structural variation was caused by the addition and deletion of a part of the chromosome, leading to the rearrangement of the genes, and this is what is called structural chromosomal aberration, and it occurs due to the ionizing radiation or chemical compounds. On the basis of the break and reunion of the chromosomes, there are four types. They are: first one, change in the number of the gene loci. This can be divided into deletion or deficiency or duplication or repeat. The second one is a change in the arrangement of the gene loci, and this consists of inversion and translocation. Loss of a portion of the chromosome is called deletion. On the basis of the location of the breakage on the chromosome, it can be divided into terminal or intercalary. If the breakage happens in the terminal end of a chromosome, and if it is lost. Intercalary, when in between in the center portion of the chromosome, forms a loop-like structure and get detach itself from the chromosome and it is lost. That is in the interior of the chromosome. Then it is called as intercalary. So terminal, a single break at any one end of the chromosome. Intercalary deletion is interstitial deletion and it is caused by two breaks and reunion of the terminal parts leaving the middle. Both the deletions are observed during the meiotic Pachytene stage of polytene chromosome. The unpaired loop formed in the normal chromosome part at the time of chromosomal pairing. Such loops are called as deficiency loop, and it can be seen in the meiotic prophase. Large deletion may lead to the lethal effect. Duplication or repeat. Process of arrangement of the same order of the genes repeated for more than once on the same chromosome is called as duplication. So this portion is repeated once again here in this chromosome. Due to this duplication, some genes are present in more than two copies. It was first reported in Drosophila by Bridges in 1919, and other two examples are pea and maize plant. The third type is called inversion. Here the rearrangement of the order of the genes in the chromosome. This is reversed by 180 degree and it involves two chromosomal breaks and reunion. During this process there is neither gain or loss, but the sequence is rearranged. And this inversion mutation was first reported in Drosophila by Sturtevant. The last type is called translocation. So this refers to the transfer of the segment of chromosome to the non-homologous chromosome, and translocation should not be confused with crossing over, in which an exchange of genetic material between the homologous chromosome takes place, but translocation takes place between non-homologous chromosomes.